on the 3 p.m. express train from Aswan to Luxor. When we got to the station, the lines to get tickets were really crazy. There was no clear line for any particular stall, and people were sort of pressed up against the windows trying to get tickets. And a guy who worked there showed us that there was a woman-only line, and that line I was able to go right to the front of. And it was a little nerve-wracking trying to figure out how to get tickets, but I was able to get 2 first-class tickets for £90 each, which is about $5, which is not too bad for a 3-hour express train. We just arrived at our hotel here in Luxor. Actually, it's a hostel. We're in a very local area, looks like, in the middle of everything. And it's dark now, so unfortunately we didn't get to see Luxor during the day. But tomorrow we have a full day planned of seeing everything there is to see. And I think tonight we're just going to find some dinner and go to bed early. Right now we're at Karnak Temple. The temple itself is built like Egypt. The central corridor of the temple represents the Nile, while the left side represents the west bank and the right side represents the east bank. And right now I'm standing where the Nile is, and they have different rooms and sections dedicated to different pharaohs. There's 134 of these really large columns here, and the ones on the sides are short, and they look like flowers that haven't bloomed because the center aisle of the temple is the Nile, and it feeds the flowers in the middle, which look like bloom flowers. So the original temple, all these columns had roofs on them. The roof in the middle was very high, and the roof on the ends were lower because of the lower columns. And they had windows all along the central corridor to light up the temple because it was very dim. And you can see a window right there with the grates on it that let light in, so you could see all along the path of the Nile, the central part of the temple. So you go around the dung beetle 3 times for a long happy life, 7 times to get pregnant within 9 months, and then with the men go around 5 times for what I'm told is force, which I guess means fertility of some sort. Standing in front of the Colossi of Memnon. It was a temple that was destroyed by the earthquake in 27 BC, the same earthquake that destroyed one of the Ramesses statues in front of Abu Simbel Temple. There used to be a hole, I believe, in this statue on my left, your right, and it used to create a whistling sound when air blew through it, and people would hear what they believed was God talking to them. And that's how it got its name, because a queen came and heard the name Merneptah, and that's what she named her son. I am now standing in front of Queen Hatshepsut Temple. And Queen Hatshepsut is an amazing woman because she was one of the first women, if not the first woman, to ever seize power. And the way she did it is she was the oldest descendant of royal blood, but because there were no males in the family, they made her half-brother the king, and they were able to do that by her marrying her half-brother. And he ruled Egypt for about 4 years. And then their stepson was supposed to be next in line, but she sent him away to college in Syria, and during that time she seized power, Cersei Lannister style, and became a great queen. She ruled Egypt for 22 years, and during that time she built this temple behind me. She buried herself in the Valley of the Kings, which is behind this temple, and she was building a tunnel from her temple to the Valley of the Kings, but it was not completed before her death. So we're now on the 3rd floor of the temple, and there's a sacred temple behind us that was just opened recently, so we're very lucky to go inside. I took a nasty spill when we were at Queen Hatshepsut's temple, and I got a scrape on my hand and a scrape on my leg. So that sucks, but it's not too bad. The worst part was that I dropped my camera as well, but it seems to be working, so that's good. Now we're in front of the Valley of the Kings, and we purchased a ticket for the 3 tombs, which is what people normally get, and an extra ticket to see Tutankhamun's tomb. So the first tomb we're going to go in is of Ramesses III.
What did he say?
He said these stairs are kind of scary.
Yeah, you're getting in a tomb. What do you feel? What you should be? You should be scared.
You watch out.
I'm a street boy.
got away from us on this tour, and Luxor Temple's being kind of cut short, which is where we're at now. It's sort of a smaller version of Karnak Temple, and it was built so that the sun god can meet with his wife and they can create a baby. And it was found underneath a mosque and a church right next to it, and they just left it alone.
Tune.